Hi everyone, and welcome to Mansur Academy Kids Package Lesson 2. Today we are going to talk about family. As you all know, when we talk about family, it is one of the most important part of everyone's life, and everyone has a family to be proud of. Now, the first thing you must understand is that family is different from relative. Relatives, family, relatives. Family is close family, like mother, father, brother, sister, son, daughter, very, very close, immediate family. But when we talk about relatives, we are talking about auntie, uncle, niece, nephew, and extended family. Someone can ask you, do you have any family in Canada? And you can say, yes, my brother lives in Toronto, in Canada. Or you could ask someone, do you have any relatives in Canada? And you would say, yes, my uncle lives in Vancouver, British Columbia, in Canada. That is the difference between family and relatives. Now remember, in English, we have two types of families. We have a nuclear family, and we have an extended family. Nuclear family and extended family, they are different. You see, a nuclear family consists of a mother, a father, and a child. Now, you can have many children, but it's a nuclear family because you have a mom and a dad and kids living together. You don't have grandparents, uncles, sister-in-laws, brother-in-laws living in one house under the same roof. So extended family is a family that consists of parents, grandparents, and grandchildren. Now, I know that many of you are thinking, I heard many words today: niece, nephew, sister-in-law, brother-in-law. What do they mean? Today, I will explain to you the family tree completely. As you can see here, this is a family tree. You have different names from the top to the bottom, right? I'm going to zoom out so you could see the whole family tree as one. And now you can see it better. This is a family tree. You have Ahmed, Fatima, Sarah, and David. You have Bruce, Mahsa, Maria, Ali, Amir, and Dina. And then you have Donna, Dorsa, Michael, Johnny, Jasmine, Joseph, Daniel, Bobby, and Tommy. Now, I will be asking you questions. I want you to hear the question and then answer. What is the relationship between Maria and Daniel? Very good. Maria is Daniel's mother. Maria is Daniel's mother. Maria is Daniel's mother. Repeat with me. Maria is Daniel's mother. Maria is Daniel's mother. Repeat. Maria is Daniel's mother. Very good. What about Ali? Clearly, Ali is Daniel's father. Ali is Daniel's father. Mother, father. Perfect. What about Daniel? Who is Daniel? Very good. Daniel is Ali's son. Daniel is Maria's son. Very good. So Ali is Daniel's father. Daniel is Ali's son. Perfect. Let's continue. What about Daniel to Maria? Of course, again, son. Maria is Daniel's mother. Very good. Daniel is Maria's son. Daniel is Maria's son. Very good. Now, what about Jasmine? Jasmine is a girl, right? So Jasmine is Maria's daughter. Jasmine is Maria's daughter. Repeat. Daughter, not dater. That is not English. When T is between two vowels, we pronounce it as daughter. Daughter. Jasmine is Maria's daughter. Very good. Now, as you can see, Ali and Maria are Jasmine's parents. Parents. Parents means father and mother. So Ali and Maria are Jasmine's parents. And of course, Jasmine and Daniel are Ali and Maria's children. 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 Very good. Now, let's take it to the next level. Are you ready? Very good. Sarah is Maria's mother. Perfect. David is Maria's father. Perfect. So David is Daniel's grandfather. Very good. David is Daniel's grandfather. Grandfather. So your father is your grandfather. And of course, Daniel is David's grandson. Grandson. Perfect. David and Daniel. David is Daniel's grandfather. Sarah is Daniel's grandmother. And Daniel is Sarah's grandson. Daniel is David's grandson. Jasmine is Sarah's granddaughter. Michael is Sarah's grandson. Michael is David's grandson. And Michael, Johnny, Jasmine, Joseph, and Daniel are Sarah's grandchildren. Grandchildren. Remember, in many languages, you use one word, but in English, we use many words. And that's why talking about family in English is so important, because you would understand the different relationships much better. Remember, when you are at home and you are talking about your family members in your own language, you use different words than in English. In English, we have a different mentality for families, and we have to learn that mentality, which is very important. Because if you learn that mentality, then more difficult words will be easier for you, right? So remember that. For example, Sarah is Maria's mother. Now, if Sarah has another mother, let's say her name is Rosa, that Rosa would be Sarah's mother, that Rosa would be Maria's grandmother, and then that Rosa would be Jasmine's great grandmother or great grandfather. So your father is your father, your father is your great grandfather, and then your father's father becomes your great grandfather. Repeat after me. My father, my grandfather, my great grandfather, my great grandfather, my great grandfather, my great grandfather. So even if you go up or down, it is the same. My son, my grandson, my great grandson, My great-great-grandson, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson. Remember, you can add as many great as you wish. I'm just going to put X here. You can just add as many great as you want. And then you will have my great-great-great-great-great-grandson. That is the meaning of the different family members for your grandfather and grandson. Now, we get to the most exciting part. Amir is Ali's brother, correct? Correct. Ali is Johnny's father, correct? Correct. Amir is Johnny's uncle. Uncle. Uncle is your father's brother, your mother's brother, your mother's sister's husband, your father's sister's husband. Uncle is all those great men in your family that are not your dad. We call them in English uncle. It's a different structure than your language, than your mother tongue language. In English, you have your dad, and then all those men are called uncle. The same thing goes for aunt. You see, Amir's wife is Dina. Dina is also Johnny's aunt. Even the wife of your uncle is your aunt. Not only that, but Massa is Maria's sister, right? But then she is Johnny's aunt. And Bruce is her husband, and he is Johnny's uncle. So aunt is your mother's sister, your father's sister, and your uncle's wife. All of them are called aunt, American aunt, and sometimes in street English, we say auntie. And even sometimes the woman that comes to your house to do house cleaning, we call them auntie. Your mother's best friend, you guessed it, auntie. So auntie can be used not just for your mother's sister, not just for your uncle's wife, but also for any friend that your mother has that you're very close to, or any woman that comes in your house and does any form of cleaning, like a maid. We call them auntie as well. English is a fascinating, fascinating language. And don't forget, Amir is Michael's uncle. Michael is Amir's nephew. Michael is Amir's nephew. Now remember, nephew is your brother's or sister's son. And then Jasmine is Amir's niece. 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 And niece is your brother or your sister's daughter. Well done. Nieces and nephews. And finally, Amir and Dina have children. They have Dorsa and they have Donna, and they are siblings. They are brother sisters, right? Now, this is where it gets interesting. It doesn't matter they are boys or girls, like Bobby and Tommy. It doesn't matter whether they are boys or girls. Bobby, Tommy, Dorsa, Donna, they are all Michael's cousins. 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 Cousins are basically your aunts and aunts, your uncles and aunts' children. So your aunt and uncle's children are called cousins. We call all of them cousins. She's my cousin. My cousin Mona. My cousin Kami. My cousin Mani. My cousin Amir, Reza, whatever your cousins are called, right? They are your uncle's children. They are called cousins. They are called cousins. Now we get to the interesting part. You see, Ali and Maria are married, right? So they are wife and husband. They are spouse, right? So Maria is Ali's wife, and then Ali is Maria's husband, or Massa is Bruce's wife, and then Bruce is Massa's husband. Of course, they could be boyfriend girlfriend at first, and after they get married, they are wife and husband. And if they get divorced, then Maria is Ali's ex-wife or ex-husband or ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend. Now, this we know. What we don't know is that when you get divorced and you get married to someone else, who is that person for your children? You see, Maria is Jasmine's mother. That's forever. Even if they get divorced, she's still Jazz's mother, right? But what happens if Ali marries another person? That person becomes Jasmine's stepmother. You understand? So stepmother is your father's wife that is not your biological mother. We call that stepmother. Or stepfather. For example, your mother got married to another person and he is your stepfather. He's not your biological father, but he is your stepfather. Step. Why step? Because it is not direct. It is indirect. We call that stepfather, stepmother, stepbrother, stepsister, stepson, stepdaughter, stepparents, stepchildren. Any children, parents, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers that come from remarriage is called step. And be very careful, because if they have the same, let's say, mother or father, not both, but one, they are step brothers, step sisters. But if their parents are completely different from each other, you see, if they are completely different, we call them step. If they have one common mother or one common father, we call them half brother or half sister. Let me give you an example. Imagine your father and your mother get divorced. Your father marries another woman who had children from her previous marriage. Those children are your stepbrothers, stepsisters. But if your father and his new wife have children, those children are your half brother and half sister. Do you understand? So your father and your mother, they got divorced. So your mother left. Now your father married another woman. That woman had children from previous marriage. Those children are your stepbrothers and stepsisters, because your father is not the same, your mother is not the same. So they are step. But your mom and dad, your dad and his new wife have children. Those children, because you have the same father, are your half brother and half sister. Of course, if your father and his new wife can't have children, they will adopt children. Adopted son, adopted daughter, adopted parents, that's a different story. Adopted children, not adopted parents, of course. Adopted children are children that you cannot have children, then you go to the charity center, orphanage center, where they keep orphans, children that don't have parents, and then you ask for a child to adopt. We call them adopted children, right? Right. And finally, don't forget, Ali and Maria are married. Sarah is Ali's mother. No, Sarah is Maria's mother. Sarah is Ali's mother-in-law. Mother-in-law means mother by law, means mother because of marriage. Mother-in-law. So David becomes Ali's father-in-law. Fatima becomes Maria's mother-in-law. Ahmed becomes Maria's father-in-law. Very good. Even Amir becomes Maria's brother-in-law because he is Ali's brother. And even Dina is Maria's sister-in-law. Of course, they're not related at all. Dina is Amir's brother, is Amir's wife, and Amir is Ali's brother. I know that. Dina is Amir's wife. Amir is Ali's brother. Ali is Maria's husband. But still, Dina is family. And she is Maria's sister-in-law. In English, when we talk about brother-in-law and sister-in-law, it means that after marriage, people become very close because marriage is not just the marriage of two people, but two families. And that's why we say brother-in-law. Sister-in-law, Mahsa, is Ali's sister-in-law. Bruce is Ali's brother-in-law. That's why we have father-in-law, mother-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, son-in-law, and daughter-in-law. So let's review the family words together. We have family and we have relatives. Family, father, mother, brother, sister, grandfather, great-grandfather, mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, stepfather, stepmother, stepbrother, stepsister, half-brother, half-sister, adopted son, adopted daughter, adopted children, not adopted parents. That's not English. Step-parents, yes. Grandparents, yes. Great-grandparents, yes. Wife, ex-wife. Husband, ex-husband. Boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. Girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. Aunt, uncle, cousin, or cousins. Niece and nephew. Now we go to sentences. Let's make sentences with family members. Do you have any siblings? Yes. I have two older brothers and a younger brother. I have no sister. Yes, I have an older sister and a younger brother who lives in Germany. What about you? Do you have any siblings? Siblings means brothers, sisters. I want you to answer. Do you have any siblings? Very good. Where do they live? Do they live in Japan, in Canada, in Europe? Where do they live? Very good. Let's go to number 2. Do you have any uncles or aunties? Yes, my Uncle Mo lives in the Middle East, and my aunt lives in the US. No, I don't have any uncle on my father's side, but my aunt lives in Canada. Remember, when you're talking about your uncle, he could be on father's side or he could be on mother's side. When you're talking about your aunt, she could be on father's side or she could be on mother's side. Keep that in mind. So, do you have any uncles or aunties? Answer the question. Very good. Where does your uncle live? Where does your aunt live? Very good. Who do you love more? Just kidding. All right. You love them the same. I know. Well, of course, for some people, yes. For some people, no. All right. Are you married or single? I'm happily married. My wife and I live in a beautiful house with our son. I'm not married at the moment. I'm single now. I got divorced many years ago. What about you? Are you married or single? Very good. Excellent. Now, if you're married, does your spouse work? Does your husband work or he is unemployed? Does your wife work or she's a housewife? Very good. Does your spouse work? Yes, my husband is a teacher and he works at the university in the city center. Does your spouse work? Does your spouse work? No, my wife is a housewife as she has a master's degree, but she is unemployed now. What about you? What does your wife do? What does your husband do? Excellent. Very good. Let's go to question number 5. Where do your grandparents live? Where do your grandparents live? My grandpa lives in New York with my grandma. We always Skype to keep in touch. We always Skype to keep in touch means for example, some people call, some people write letters. We do a video call with WhatsApp or Zoom or Skype. My grandpa lives in New York with my grandma. We always Skype to keep in touch. Where do your grandparents live? Unfortunately, my grandparents have passed away. My grandma died 5 years ago. Right? Very good. Let's repeat. Where do your grandparents live? My grandpa passed away. My grandma passed away. Passed away means died. But we say that in a very formal, very polite way. Where do your grandparents live? Unfortunately, my grandparents have both passed away. My grandma died 5 years ago. What about you? Where do your grandparents live? Very good. Number 6. Do you live with your biological parents or step parents? We live with my stepmother, who is very kind and loving lady. She's originally Italian. Means she was born in Italy, but maybe she has Canadian citizenship. Or she's originally from Syria, or from Saudi Arabia, or from Yemen, or from Libya, but she is now a British or German or American citizen. Do you live with your biological parents or step parents? I used to live with my biological father, but after my parents got divorced, my mom remarried. My mom remarried. Remarried means married again. So I used to live means before I lived, not now. I used to live with my biological father, but after my parents got divorced, my mom remarried. Do you have any nieces and nephews? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I have a lovely niece. She's my brother's daughter. Her name is Lucy. Let's repeat. Do you have any nieces and nephews? That means, does your brother or sister have any children? Do you have any nieces and nephews? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I have a lovely niece. She's my brother's daughter. Her name is Lucy. Do you have any nieces and nephews? No, I don't. No, I don't actually. No, I don't actually. But my wife has a nephew. His name is David. he lives with my sister-in-law. Remember, sister-in-law is your wife's sister. Do you have any nieces and nephews? Repeat. Do you have any nieces and nephews? As a matter of fact, I do. I have a lovely niece. She's my brother's daughter. Her name is Lucy. Do you have any nieces and nephews? No, I don't actually. But my wife has a nephew. His name is David. And he lives with my sister-in-law. With my sister-in-law. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson on family. Remember, the key to your success in learning English, now that you have started learning English from scratch, last lesson was about the alphabet in lesson 1, and lesson 2 is family. The most important thing is that you study this lesson again and again and again until you have mastered all the words coming from my mouth. The most important thing is that you learn these 3 pages completely. There shouldn't be any word that you don't know. If you follow this method from lesson 1 in this package, the kids package, which is the first level of learning English. We started with alphabet and now family. And then we will be looking at colors, animals. And then after the kids package, we go to conversation package, and then the tourism package or the travelers package, where you learn about traveling. And this will be your beginner level. You can use the green book in any publication that you want, from True to Life to Cutting Edge to Headway, doesn't matter. Whatever books that you're comfortable with, whatever country you're living in, doesn't make a difference. What's important is that you understand that your path to mastering your skills in English consists of beginner level, elementary level, red color, pre-intermediate, yellow, intermediate, blue, upper intermediate, purple, and advanced, black. So you have 6 stages to go through. In the first stage, which is beginner level, you have 6 sessions, 12 films, 6 sessions in total, 6 lessons, 6 topics, 6 chapters, the chapter of family, the chapter of animals, right? 6 chapters in each level. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 chapters for beginner, and then 18 chapters for elementary, and then 18 chapters for pre-intermediate. By the time you reach intermediate and upper intermediate, your English will be very fluent and you'll be able to speak. So you need roughly to pass through not 36, but beyond that, even 54 chapters in order to master your skill. Each lesson you can spend about 1 week so that you master all of it. Or you can study each lesson in 2-3 days. It depends on your time and how much time you want to spend in studying English. But what you need to understand is that we will be releasing these lessons every week. So I recommend that you spend 1 week for each chapter. Why? Because after we finish one chapter, the next chapter will be something completely new. And then you will need to start from scratch again. So it's much better that you listen to this video again and again and again and again until you have mastered all the vocabulary, and that you can repeat with me with the same accent and the same pronunciation. Because remember, the key to your success in learning English is a very native-like pronunciation and a very fluent speaking and a very large domain of advanced vocabulary. Together, you can reach the highest of horizons. So the key is that you watch this lesson at least 10 times so that you have mastered the lesson completely. Don't forget that. This is the most important point. Repeat and repeat and repeat. You can listen to my lesson in the car, in the gym, when you're exercising, at home, when you're in bed, doesn't matter. Listen, repeat, listen, repeat, listen, repeat. That's the only way that you will learn. This is going to be very important. And after you have studied about 54 chapters, 60 chapters, 72 chapters, you are quite ready to be able to communicate in English. But the 72 chapters cannot be studied in 72 minutes. That's impossible. No one will succeed like that. You have to treat each chapter, each lesson, as a chapter in your book when you're studying biology or history or mathematics or other subjects at school, in high school, at university. Each chapter, you spend 3, 4, 5, 6 days on it. So by next week, when you want to start lesson 3, lesson 1 and 2 have been learned completely. Thank you very much for joining me at Manzur Academy. I'm so glad that I'm here to help you learn English and communicate effectively. Till next time, take care of yourself and take care of each other. I will see you for lesson 3 for the kids package. Have a great day and bye-bye.